right, welcome to Deliverables with Ian Foley. We are very lucky today to have the legendary Queen of Sizzle, Miss Sloan Tison from Skydio. How you doing today, Sloan?
I'm good. How are you, Ian?
Fantastic, fantastic. Thanks for being on our initial show. So Sloan and I do know each other. We work together. I'll let Sloan go ahead and just tell us a little bit about what led you to Skydio and what's going on for you over there.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been with Skydio now for about a year. I cover all major accounts for the Western US and Western Canada. And before coming to Skydio, I was fully in software. And so when I jumped over to Skydio, I was like, I can figure it out. If I can figure out like engineering, Kubernetes, like I can totally figure out drones. And I think I was a little bit cocky on it. I, quickly learned battery life and how to fly lightly. But then going in and starting to really be in front of customers and learning their day-to-day life was a whole new world for me and really exciting. Going to refineries or going out to inspect power lines was something that I had never even thought of doing before. And it's been really rewarding and really awesome seeing the actual like day-to-day difference that Skydio brings. So I absolutely love it and like it here.
Right. Awesome. And so the new Skydio 2 Plus, right, has just recently come out. A lot of people are talking about it. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. So you all probably, if you don't, our Skydio 2 was really our largest launch. We had the R1 before it, but the Skydio 2 was really impressive drone that was kind of known for the follow me capability. It could follow you down mountains and avoid branches, things like that. But we rolled out the Skydio 2 Plus here on January 4th, where we bumped up the battery life from the 23 minutes that it was to 27, and then 3.5 kilometers of range up to 6 kilometers of range obviously in perfect conditions, but we're still getting really awesome results out of that. There's one piece that is really awesome. I mean, the bump up in range and battery is great, but I did want to touch on Skydio Care that we rolled out alongside of it. It comes with Skydio 2 Plus. And typically when you buy a drone, you have a pretty traditional warranty. Skydio Care is a no questions asked. If you crash it, when you file a ticket, within 2 days, a new one will be on your doorstep, cost-free. Doesn't matter, what happened. I don't want to know, but we will replace it, which is awesome. And then you just ship it back to us as soon as possible, the old one that you crashed. And we do that up to a couple times. So you start to incur a small fee with it on the second one, on the third one. But the idea of almost kind of doubling your fleet by being able to replace it if you crash it is something that I'm really excited about. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about this new launch.
Yeah, no, that's a big deal to be able to get something, sent back to you. Because obviously, usually when you're crashing it, as I've ran a lot of drone teams, it's nice to get that equipment back to you because usually you're out on a project. So that's it's an amazing feature you guys have. What are some of the your favorite features in the products that Skydio has?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple things. So obviously the X2D is really cool. Being able to build that hand in hand with our nation's army and really have the goal of keeping our troops safer is something that I'm really passionate about. I know Skydio is really passionate about. So that's something that's really exciting on my end. And then kind of when you look at the enterprise side of the business, 3D scan it's just kind of ridiculous to be out in the field and see the progress that we've been able to have with our enterprise customers of they're used to leveraging LiDAR or going and sending their pilots out in the field. And these guys are just trying to get the best shots of, maybe power lines or cell towers. But it's really hard work and it takes a lot of time. And then you go and you get out of the field and you load it into your photogrammetry platform and you realize you don't have the photos. So you make the 3-hour drive back out there. So with Skydio 3D scan, if you don't know what it is, essentially you go out there, you launch your drone off, you drop 3 pillars, you set a floor and a ceiling, and you hit go. And the drone goes into exploratory phase where you can sit there and watch it and, drink a Coca-Cola, and it'll start to recognize the object that it is set to scan, that asset. It'll create a mesh of it and then create a flight path and fly it. And you'll be able to see as it goes, the color changes to tell you that, yes, you have coverage there and it's safe to go home. You don't have to worry about flying back out there. And then I guess one other kind of plug I should do on that is on Tuesday, we launched Tower Scan. So what you'll see is the infrastructure needed for the communication space is growing like crazy because demand is so high for it. And traditionally inspecting these towers takes a long time. You're sending people up, you're using helicopters. And with the space growing so quickly, we developed Tower Scan, which is really the ability to fly over the tower. You set your floor and ceiling, but you just drop a pin on top of the tower, set your radius, and hit go. And it does a lot of things. It goes ahead and it scans that tower for you, but it also adjusts the gimbal to make sure that you're getting minimal blue sky in the background for your 3D scans and digital twins. So that's one thing we're doing a lot here at Skydio is making sure we're focusing on the enterprise customers too, and how can we make their lives easier? What are their use cases? How can we build out these workflows and these softwares that are fully automated to make their lives easier?
So, and do you think that's what makes Skydio stand out, within the very competitive industry that we are in, the 3D scan and the autonomy, is that, would you think that's what it is?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things. The fact that we're made here in the USA, I think, is huge. You'll see what the DoD is requiring of our defense organizations, and the fact that Skydio is made here in the US and they don't have to worry about kind of where it's coming from is huge. I think the fact that we have that autonomy where we're based on computer vision instead of based on magnetometer or on GPS. So the ability to fly indoors or close to charged assets or under bridges is a no-brainer for us. It's super easy. So those are two things that I think are absolutely huge differentiators for Skydio, but definitely the automated workflows too. I guess I should call it the support. The fact that we're here in the US, and I mean, I think you've probably seen it with, Fritz going out for training, doing on-site training. You can call me at 7 p.m. while I'm cooking dinner, just learning how to cook dinner, and I'll, talk your ear off trying to figure out how we can help. So I think support's huge here at Skydio too.
Yeah, and I would agree. Yeah, absolutely. Talk about, if you can, the Skydio Dock. It's kind of a new thing. It's been coming out. I know you guys have been working on it. I've seen it down with Fritz down at the Olympic Stadium down here in San Diego. Can you tell us a little bit about the dock?
Yeah, definitely. We're I can't say too much about it because I don't think we've officially launched and kind of set out to the world what's coming with it, but it's something that we're really excited about, and in the arc of autonomy, we think it's the next step here of being able to have that true autonomous flight where, your pilots are maybe behind a desk, or you really don't need anyone out in the field. But it's something that's coming, and it's coming here soon, and we're very excited about it. So I'm kind of dancing around that one because I'm not allowed to say too much.
There's a lot of dancing in the drone world. Absolutely.
We're definitely very excited about what's coming out in that.
Right. Absolutely. Where do you see the industry, Skydio, in the next 5 years?
Yeah. I think a lot of that depends on kind of the regulation behind what we're allowed to do. The technology is there, right? So the ability to have drones as a tool in the tool belt of someone who's maybe not an expert pilot, or to make a pilot an expert, just by being able to have those features of being able to fly autonomously. When you have the dock out in the field, being able to have a drone launched and flown from a desk somewhere else, or maybe no one's flying it, and it just knows where to go and take those pictures and come on back, and you upload it to the cloud. The technology is there. So we're really excited. And with that, I should call out the fact that we do have a full built out in-house regulatory team here. Brennan Groves and Jen Player are friggin' rock stars. I always feel like when I go talk to customers, it's kind of we're kind of cheating, because I feel like in my back pocket, I've just got two incredible people that can walk you through the whole process. They're awesome. And that's a full, consulting team that you guys can hire. So it's great.
All right. We'll rock and roll. All right, Miss Tison. I do appreciate you coming on, and I know you're very busy, and you're leading the industry, right? Never boring. So appreciate you coming on, Sloan.
Thanks. Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. This has been great.
All right, thanks.